Yes. I was looking at this RCW 9A.72.030. Perjury in the second degree. A person is guilty of perjury in the second degree if, in an examination under oath, under the terms of a contract of insurance, or with intent to mislead a public servant in the performance of his or her duty, he or she makes a materially false statement which he or she knows to be false under an oath required or authorized by law. That's a perjury is in the second degree is a Class C felony. Oh. Now, purpose effective date 2001 C notes following RCW 9A.72.010. Then you have the person false swearing. A person is guilty of false swearing if he or she makes a false statement which he or she knows to be false under oath required or authorized by law. False swearing is a gross misdemeanor. Oh. Now, there's RCW 9A.72.050. Perjury and false swearing, inconsistent statements, degree of crime, where, in the course of one or more official proceedings, a person makes inconsistent material statements under oath. The prosecution may proceed by setting forth the inconsistent statements in a single count, alleging in the alternative that one or the other was false and known by the defendant to be false. In such case, it shall not be necessary for the prosecution to prove which material statement was false, but only that one or the other was false and known by the defendant to be false. The highest offense of which a person may be convicted in such an instance as set forth in subsection 1 of this section shall be determined by hypothetically assuming each statement to be false. Now, if perjury of different degrees would be established by the making of the two statements, the person may only be convicted of the lesser degree. If perjury or false statement would be established by the making of the two statements, the person may only be convicted of a false swearing for purposes of this section. No corroboration shall be required of either inconsistent statement. Oh. Now, perjury and false swearing retraction. Oh, my gosh. Irregularities. Now, you know this contract? Yes. Yesterday, I thought somebody thought they were the king. Po. And I had sent a little contact form to a production company that makes various types of web pages and websites, and they do a lot of photography. Yes. Well, I was looking at the face of a woman, and I noticed her hands were above her head in a triangle above her head, as if she was in the family and didn't know it. Now, could you get me all the actual applications, the contracts for all modeling, yes, and actresses involved in the adult film and adult making of all naked pictures? Now, let's say that you thought that you wanted to be in naked modeling, and somebody said, well, I'm the photographer. I'd like you to put both your hands above your head and make a triangle above your head because I'm the actual king of all the big-breasted women that do nude modeling. Yes. Now, the contract would say that you receive X amount of remuneration, yes, an income for your actual modeling as a big-breasted woman. But what you didn't know is they decided to put a little lithium in the food that you were going to eat because obviously when you got there you were hungry, and anytime you do some nude modeling they would want to make sure that your belly's full. Pooch! Now, this whole lithium that they thought that they were going to use in the citizens of the United States, yes, so as to cause babies not to cry, could cause models and actresses in the adult film industry, yes, to do things that they wouldn't have done if they had not been influenced by the actual lithium product itself. Now, I'm looking for the king of leprechauns, okay? You say I'm crazy? Oh my gosh. Perjury and false swearing? Ooch. Fidelity? Oh. Contracts. Oh, get me the actual signatures of every production company that produces any naked pictures of men or women, yes, that they put on any website or web page, pooch, and then they put in publication in any media, pooch. periodicals, and they sell in any DVD, VHS, or any website that has some sort of checkout. Now, just go through the actual purchases, the IP addresses that bought the right, because I know that pornography is a multi billion-dollar industry. Yes. But if I was to personally interview a very attractive woman from Romania or Russia, and I asked them, when you made these pictures, yes, did you feel a sensation as if you were not in control of your own thoughts or your own body? Yes. Now you could understand that as an individual that looking for those lawsuits where I would make billions of dollars. It's one thing to give consent as an adult to make those pictures or those films. It's another thing to sign an application as a potential model, yes, and do some testing on it, and then all of a sudden you no longer have control of your life because somebody in the adult film and modeling industry decided they wanted you, whether you wanted them or not. Pooh! Now, we can't go controlling, but I'm thinking I'm going to need to interview a few of those very large-breasted women from Romania or Russia and ask them, could you bring in your application for employment as a model? Yes. I'd like to know what you actually agreed to, and then I'd like to know your personal experience of what you actually experienced. Now, if the application said you received X number of dollars for each and every picture that they took, I need to know the photographers, yes, and the cinematographers, yes, that made those videos and all those movies and all those pictures. Now, when you go through the production companies, I'm going to want to know the individual that was looking through the lens at the time that they asked you to take these different poses. Yes. Because I realize as a model, okay, it's the photographer that usually is suggestive of how you should position your body for that one picture that they're thinking about getting. Now, I'm looking for the king today, okay? So if you could get me all the employees of those production companies, I know. You own the production company. You have no idea what I'm talking about. You have no idea. But that photographer that had to be on them, that had to use lithium, that had to amp them up,